What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. This is a giveaway stream, as you can tell by the title. So, New York session, pre-New York session. Let's get into this. So, yesterday we had a bunch of levels that obviously got tapped. So we're gonna need to go in, get some more new key levels, right? Because there is no levels on my scalping chart, right? So let's get some key levels and then let's get into this. And of course, get ready for this giveaway, right? So let me just take a quick glance over some of these areas. You know what? I'm going to remove most of these. There's nothing really. This level was just recently violated as well, so I will remove that. See, we kind of got a little bit of action from this, but like nothing major. Just like zoom in really quick. There's like really nothing major off these areas where it's like, okay, I would want to keep this, right? So we'll get rid of some of these levels. We'll get them put over to the scalping chart, as we always do, and then we'll start scalping this New York session, right? And hopefully get something from it. You can just see like every single one of these levels has some form of reaction, right? Amazing for the scalps. But other than that, we can keep everything else, right? So we can keep these last levels. All this has already been tapped, so realistically, it's these levels. Anything recently here, which it doesn't even look like there's a 5. There might be a couple ones, so we'll get into that. And then obviously we can get into the giveaway and all that good stuff as well. Let me just go on here really quick and make sure everything's going good. So yeah, let's get into this. So we'll get these levels on. Right. Do you like that level at 555? Let me know if any of you guys have been taking any scalp trades from these sort of areas. We'll start with the dailies. I don't think there's any other dailies, right? Obviously we got the current day, but that's already marked. Previous day will be marked. So let's go over to the RTH. So we're kind of dealing with nada. Right. We do have a New York right above as well. 55637. This is in New York. So we do need to we have London, that's super close. Oh, I love that level, 5100. It's like perfect. Just get this properly marked. Wow, that's a really nice level for sure. Just great psychological. Right, and then let's go over to the potential plays. So what I will do is hunt for some 5s. This looks sort of like a 5 around here, right? So we'll get this marked. We're pretty much right at it. If you know what's crazy is that if I just move this to here, it skews it because of this, which isn't great. So I'm gonna have to like eyeball it. 5180 sort of area, right? Obviously I hate eyeballing sort of stuff, right? Oh, we already know this is going to be there. 4260 at 5. So 42685. See, just by like a little tiny, you move it a little tiny bit. That's what happens when you're at these sort of prices. So let's get this removed. And then obviously we can start getting these scalps in. This looks like sort of like a 15. I'm gonna mark this as a 5. Other than that, I don't really see any other 5s about, so I'm gonna go over to the 15. Wow, look at that. That's just seeing 5482. Right, and then we'll get into this, right? So we have the Discord or the giveaway in the Discord, and then obviously the I think I'm going to mark these as that as 15. Maybe I'll mark this as 5. But yeah, so we do have the giveaway inside of the Discord and then the giveaway inside of the YouTube, right? So the way you get this is just by commenting. And if your comment was within the last 5 minutes of doing the giveaway, well, then you get answered, right? And of course, you have to be a subscriber as well, and you have to also like the video. But other than that, most of you guys should be able to answer. So let me get this marked 5. I will need to go back really quick and just get these other ones as a 5. But I think it's a London, it's a 5. Right. And then we can go on to the 15s. Realistically, I only think there's going to be maybe a couple 15s. If that. I don't want to really miss this trade though. Looks like we're coming really close to this level. So I really want to get into this. But we shall wait. We shall wait. And then we can look into some scalps, right? It's 7 o'clock candle as well. So let's see. I'm going to mark this full entire range. More than likely, it's going to be something like the previous day POC. So let me just go over here, turn this on again. Let me change some of these settings really quick. Here, go over here, over here, and there we go. Yeah, that's 555. Wow, that is just insane. 5555, and then we also got 555 here as well. So let me get this marked as a 15. This is also like, let me just refine this a little bit right over here. That's a New York, but I also like that as a 15. So let's get this marked. Let me know if you guys have taken any trades in the last couple of days. And this is pretty much would be the last level, right? Yeah, like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. 543. It's always those sort of levels. If you've never like, it's always levels that got kind of like a ring to it, right? They're usually the levels that get some form of reaction, or the levels that got a little bit of a ring to them. Right, so there we go. We're literally 2 seconds away from hitting this level. So let me go to object list, select all, close, copy, here, paste. That should be us. Yep. Bingo. All right, so there we go. Let's see what we have. Let me see. So we've got a little bit of a 1 right here. So mark this. We got 5120.6, right? So 5120.6. And you would nearly move this up to 2 ticks, right? So if you just go up to like scale, you can change the auto. It's getting to that stage now with gold, right? Yeah, that's pretty much the closest one we have. Do you have anything or two? I don't think so. No. So let's get this marked. Let's get this marked, and then that'll be 51918, right? There we go. Yikes. That'd be pretty shocking if we get to that sort of price, right? Where are we now? 30 points away. I don't even know if we're going to end up tapping this level. So let's get something like this marked. We could see from here, right? 5167. Let's see. We're coming into this sort of buy area though, right? So we got a bunch of buyers sitting right around here. Realistically, breaking that is going to be nice. So let's see what we got. But here's the issue: when buyers and sellers are aggressive and getting no follow through price reverses, we think the price is reversed, but buyers again reload their positions. Yeah, you know, so if you think about it, I can actually show you on the chart really quick something like that would be similar to that, I suppose. Right, so like let's say for example, right around here, it all depends. Like for one, it depends on like where you are based inside of the chart, right? So right now we are just in between daily value area low, right? So the value area low of the day. So we're at the lows of value, plus we're around a key level, right? We're pretty close to the key level, that being this range POC, right? So yeah, when you see like buyers reloading, right, it's worth sitting on your hands and waiting. Let's say for example you're thinking the absorption, right? So let's say for example you have this sort of area right around here, right? This isn't a sign of absorption, right? So actually I can kind of go over this, shameless I suppose, but this is called the order flow pro, right? And this actually finds order like absorption and continuation models, right? So you can see over here we actually didn't fire this on this sort of like absorption candle, right? So you can see over here there's a bunch of buyers in the wick, and then we could have probably just reversed, right? But where the real absorption came in was on the second candle, and even on this candle over here, right? So there's two areas where that is, but why would I not enter like a short in around this area? Simply because for one, we didn't tap this level, for two, we didn't even come up to here, right? So it's all about like where you are on the chart. So like, yes, you know, sometimes if you're at a level, and if the level's like strong enough, right? So if you just got like a random level, I don't know what it could be. Let's just say, for example, you've got like a fair value gap right here, right? You know, it's almost random, right? There's a bunch of them. There's fair value gap here, here. So like, where would your entry sort of be, right? It's more about volume supported levels, because if you have a level that's supported by volume, right? If you like use logic in between these sort of things, so like right here, right, there was a bunch of buyers and they were getting follow through, right? So if you know buyers were getting follow through around here, then this would be like a level where you know you're like, right, okay, I know buyers are interested in buying around this area. So what can you do? You could be like, okay, well, I want to see those buyers step back in. Is it worth the trades? Yes, you know what I mean. It's like you're not going to win every single one of them, right? But it's like, okay, if I'm wrong pretty quick. Like, where's your invalidation here? Let's say, for example, you wanted to buy this area, right? Let's say, for example, you're looking to buy this area. Where would your invalidation be? Well, your invalidation will be pretty quick, right? It's going to be right around where there is no buyers really present, you know? So it's like easy to take a stop, and, you know, those sort of trades are just like bread and butter trades, right? You know, so it's kind of looking at things like that. And price breaks doing it. Yeah, you know, so it could happen, right? Where you get the sort of like, you know, price breaks to your level after you thought there was absorption, right? But it's like, you know, what other signs are you kind of looking for? Is it just like, it is really dependent, because what is absorption? A lot of people have like different sort of classifications for absorption. If you think about it, you can see like buying imbalances in a wick, and you can say that's absorption, where someone else right next to you can say, well, that's a continuation. You know, where you can see like, okay, there's a bunch of positive delta in a wick, a P-shaped profile, and that could be absorption. So it really is coming down to like, okay, what do you classify as absorption first of all, and then second of all, what sort of levels are you taking those trades from? Because if you're taking levels from solid trades and you have like a solid sort of absorption plan, where you're like, okay, if I see this sort of reversal pattern, because at the end of the day, that's all it is if you're looking for absorption, it's a reversal pattern, and you are going to be catching a falling knife like every time you're looking for absorption. Whereas if you wait, you know, my best advice for you, if that's what you're struggling with, would be wait until you see the absorption, and then once you see that, right, so you already see the absorption, don't say, oh crap, I wish I would have got into this trade. You could easily just turn around and say, well, I don't mind waiting until we come back up and retest an area where there could be potential for a nice like trade, right? So let's say, for example, right around here, there was a bunch of sellers stepping in. They weren't really getting any follow through, right? So you could just easily mark something like this. These sellers weren't really getting any follow through. What is that showing you, right? When you see that those sellers aren't getting any follow through, it's showing you that those sellers are getting absorbed. So if you know that, right, and we break those sellers, we know that there's a passive buyer sitting there, right? So that's the absorption sort of side of things. So once we come back down, after we have kind of confirmed that those sellers are not strong enough and clearly there's a stronger buyer, well, then you might as well wait until we come back down, tap into there, and then, yeah, go from there sort of side of things, on that sort of continuation play. And then once you're familiar with the sort of, okay, I spot absorption and then I get continuation, then you can start going into like, well, okay, I'm only looking for continuation plays. And then you can start saying to yourself, well, you know what, now I'll start trading this absorption, because the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm seeing that, yeah, I can spot absorption easier. So that'd be my take on that. Why does you say lots instead of contracts? I know it's just a weird thing for some reason on Alice. Run has the best optimal entry model. Thank you. Gives high R. Yes, the entries are really nice on these sort of plays. And the level hold immediately as it taps the entries most of the times. Yeah, for sure it does. The tricky part is honestly reading the order flow, I would say, on most things. How's the stream deck treating you? You know what it is, right? Yeah, Jesus, right. You were saying to me a while back about getting the stream deck. I ordered one from Amazon when I went home, right? So I went home in the UK, went back to the UK, went home, ordered one off Amazon. This was like honestly, it was close to Christmas, and waited on it, didn't come. I was like, okay, right, whatever. It came like 2 weeks after Christmas. It was like in mid-January. It was ages away. I was like, okay, well, I wasn't home, like as you can tell, not in the UK anymore. So I ended up coming here. So I'm literally waiting on this next one. That's actually funny that you popped up, because literally 2 days ago I ordered the new one. And believe it or not, they're like 10 times more expensive over here. But I ordered this one. I got the Stream Deck Neo. So let me know if that's the one you got. But I ordered the Stream Deck Neo. It was like 50 quid back home in the UK. That's like double the price here for the same exact Stream Deck. Crazy. But yeah, to say I was ripping about that was an understatement. Running does one lot equal one contract? Yeah. Yep. It does indeed. So you can see this area that I marked. This was like where potentially buyers can step in, right? So look, what we're seeing is that sort of potential. It's not really, there's not much happening here within like CVD sort of side of things, right? You kind of want to see more buyers stepping in, but then you also can get that squeeze. So it's, it's keeping an eye on things like that. So yeah, make sure all you guys are entered into this giveaway. The giveaway is inside of the Discord, right? Everyone can enter. There's a couple of them on every single Friday. There's a giveaway for whatever size Apex count you want, right? So you can get a 25k, you can get a 300k, literally whatever sort of coin size you want. Just let me know inside of the Discord, right? But let me see really quick. Do I have it? Yeah, I have it here handy. So this over here, this is literally where you go. You join the False Rumors Discord, and it'll say giveaway. Right around here is the Apex eval. We're gonna away one of these inside of the Discord, and the rest. So we're actually got like I think 3 accounts to give away here inside of this live. So yeah. But it is a Friday, guys. So that's why I like doing the giveaways on a Friday. It's something to look forward to on a Monday whenever someone has a giveaway, right? Who wins it? No, we just missed this level. I hate these sort of areas where we just miss levels as well. 1 minute until this new 15 open. So we got literally 1 minute. Fair, man. I got the mini one just for the size of it. Yeah, so that's what I was looking into. Is like I think the Neo has either 6 or 8 buttons, but it folds, so it folds up, which is perfect for travel for me anyway. But yeah, I cannot wait to use it. Just for even the streams, right? Like I was thinking of like cool ideas where you just like click the button and let's say you like win a trade or lose a trade, like something that happens on the screen. I think that'd be sick. That's understandable why a lot of people actually have them as well. Not even just for like the streaming side of things, but even for trading, it just makes so much sense. I've got more into algo trading in the last month. Wow. Just haven't been getting much use out of it for a but you, yeah, okay. How's that been working out? How's the algo trading sort of going? There is some really cool stuff you could do with the algos on here. I do know that. There's this cool like thing. If you look up like Addis webhooks, where you can just set up a webhook on Addis, and then when like a certain amount of configurations happen, so let's say you like, okay, I want to see absorption after this level. So you say, I want to see the level hit, then I want to see absorption, then I want to see selling imbalances coming in, and I want to see this, and then it would execute the trade. I think that's so sick. Obviously, that's like such a crude example, but yeah. Christian, what's up? What's up, Christian? It is. I'm telling you right now, it has been boiling where I am for the last couple of days. It has been so warm. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually like freaking sunburned. I usually go out, so when I'm out, I'm getting roasted and toasted. Burning, do you treat icebergs? No, I don't. I don't. Stream Deck will definitely help you out with your entries, though. Yeah, for sure. As well, I can't wait just to have like the automatic risk sort of thing. That's the main thing for me. There's a bunch of different sort of configurations you can set up with this, so it is going to be pretty cool. I'm coming tomorrow, mate. Oh, you're going to be boiled. You're going to be boiled. It is roasting here. You'll love it though. You actually will. And see where I am right now at the moment. So we just have this level. Let's see what happens. Realistically, I'm not really liking the fact that there's a bunch of buyers stepping in around here. But also CBD, the way it's sort of reacting. So I wouldn't really mind waiting until we kind of, obviously who doesn't want a perfect entry, right? But wouldn't really mind waiting until we come back down, have a bunch of selling, big trades coming in. I'll get off that continuation. Literally, like I was saying to that guy earlier, I'll be looking for like sort of continuation plays instead of just looking for the clean absorption. Because the continuation play would be still nice, right? We're looking at like, 30 odd points to the downside off that, which is just insanity at the moment. Which is a little bit of a sticky, tricky area, right? Spire seems to still be getting active. Like I said before, CBD, so that's kind of like a plus in the seller side. CBD's not really doing too much. But, yeah, you could probably get in here. But it's just like, I'd rather wait until we sort of break here, retest, come back down. I'd be happy to wait. And how do you spot stop from candle that is aggressive? Buyers, sellers, I mean huge. We think buyers and sellers are becoming aggressive, but price mostly reversed. Yeah, so you can just look at that sort of stuff as like absorption, right? So let's say for example, the sort of stop run side of things, you can still just look at that as like absorption. So instead of like being like, okay, this one was a definitive stop run, this one was a definitive sign of absorption, this one here, and so on, right? Like you can get, but it all looks the same on the chart. It's very, very hard to realistically classify them. There is certain ways you can do it, but it's just like, to save yourself a sort of headache, you might as well just call it absorption. Yeah, it's going really well. That's what I like to hear. That's what I love to hear, actually. I've been backtesting open and range breaker, so orb, right? An order blocks more price action, okay. Strategies than order flow. I've been backtesting them against 6 years VenQ data. Holy schmoly. That's actually nuts. When you really think about it, that's actually nuts. The results have been wild. I've been having the bots work in the market since last Wednesday, and there's... What? Jeez, literally the sessions are firing while I'm asleep. That is honestly great. Look at this huge jump off. Let me go check this out. So there's all in aggressive sellers. What would you do right now? Let's see what happens. Realistically, you want to kind of see us close below this. I don't know how aggressive that move will be though, so let me just get this one done. I look at that. Jeez. That is not great. It's not what you like to see. I'll tell you that much. We did have some buyers around here, but it's not what you like to see. Let me get this full range and see what we're kind of dealing with around here. Again, it's just that close. Why are you kind of dealing with this sort of action, right? I'm really happy to sort of wait it out. Yeah, that's still same area. $5,149. Let's see. Again, you're seeing all this. It's just like, okay, why not just wait? What's the coaching thing you're talking about on your story? What's the coaching thing? Oh yeah, looking for the coaches. That's what it was. Looking for coaches. Yeah. So that's what we're doing right at the moment. We're trying to find some decent coaches coming in, sort of like helping people. Again, it's just helping people get profitable. That's the main thing, right? And so we know this area is full of absorbed sellers. It's not my sort of favorite area. Again, it's just like, this is identical to what happened right around here. Honestly, like I said before, you literally could have entered a short here, but with this sort of sticky sort of area, look at that close, see? It's only a big waiting game. Let me see what sort of one we kind of have around here. Yeah, it's just going to be that 15. Oh, I think I marked this as a 15. Should be a 1. That explains that. Look at this, see? You gotta wait. This is why you gotta wait. Love this new indicator you developed. It looks amazing. It really is. It really is. I love it. It's just super duper handy. Right, just even like recently, look at this. Right, we're seeing the buying absorption stepping in right around here. Look at the selling, right? It's using it in context. It's literally this high was put in with that, spotting that sort of absorption style things. But again, it's using it with context. I wouldn't just take this. I would rather either A, wait until we come back up to this level, or B, get a retest of this level and then see it. Look at this. We literally just missed this level, came back up, swept. Identical to what happened here. Look what happened over here, right? We had this level, the fire. We've seen some buyers getting absorbed, right? We came back up, pretty much took all those stops out and then got the move. We see all these buyers getting absorbed. They get stopped out. And all the sellers get stopped out. We get the move, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to happen. Which sucks. I definitely stopped open interest. Yeah. Open interest is fine. There, you just, if you're trading like crypto and stuff, yeah, but the open interest data is not available on like stuff like this, like GC, Ronan, what's your thoughts on deep charts? I think it's actually a pretty sick platform. I really do. I think, as time's going on and stuff, that, how can it not be a good platform when they've got so many decent traders, like really, really good traders, some of the best traders in the world, right? All using it. So then they could easily say, okay, this is missing. And their input actually matters because they're good traders. So yeah, I think that's a cool thing. That's what I like to see. There's some pretty cool faces behind it. Some really decent traders behind it. So yeah. I made a website if you wanted to see more about it. Have you published this indicator on Addis? I have not published the indicator fully, but it is available for all the pro members, right? It's still in beta. There's not much there's you know, I'm just trying to figure out the kinks and stuff within it. So it's getting a little bit better as time goes on, for sure. We've had a couple updates so far. Nothing major, but yeah. It's still in beta though. It's not fully released. But yeah, send over your website. Send it over actually to me in Discord. I actually do want to have a look at that. How to set up this chart setting? What way do you mean? There's like so many different things here. But like, yeah, you know, if you're talking about the big trades, that's usually what people are talking about. Is the big trades. Yeah, it's literally just big trades with I'll just go into one. It'll be the same. Let me see. I'll go with this one. So cumulative trades 15, and I have rectangle turned on, visual object transparency up to the max, cluster all the way down to the max. But yeah, I could actually quickly just go over the order flow pro, I suppose. This is the indicator. It's pretty cool. You know, you could turn on like certain settings, right? So let's say, for example, I want to see absorption, right? It'll turn on absorption. Let's say I want to see, and it uses it as like a confluence, right? Even though it's like only showing this, like one, I could let me. I'm not gonna mess around with the settings, but I do have some presets already saved. But I'll do a video on this on YouTube because I think it is really sick. So like, let's say for example, you want to see like delta continuation instead of absorption, right? So what you can do is like, okay, I want to see a reversal sign, which could be absorption. Then I want to see the continuation sign, and then that's when I enter. So then you would just add two order flow pro indicators, and then you would turn on only absorption, and then you can turn on continuation, right? It's got a bunch of other stuff like relative delta, absolute volume, absolute delta, imbalance multiplier, which is pretty sick. You know, and if you hover over things, you could it'll tell you, right? So there's the imbalance multiplier. But yeah, it's got a bunch of cool stuff. Obviously the alerts and all that cool stuff, right? You can set up alerts so it just alerts you. And you can set it up with webhooks on Telegram as well. Please don't tell me. That's what happens when you ramble, guys. That's what happens. Yeah, it's fine. Let me remove this. See what's sort of dealing with around here. Yeah, half an hour open, and like I wouldn't be surprised if we just shoot right down to here. That sucks. Big time. Ronin is GC and MGC. No, it's not. I wish it was. Trust me, I wish it was. But no, it's not. It does. It has a couple little. You know, you could easily get a stop tapped out on MGC compared to like GC. You know, even like right there. Let me see what this high was. I'll go over that in a second. I'm kind of looking at this. So. Top it up in this old area. Let me remove this. Nothing's really standing out to me here. This giveaway is in literally 30 seconds, by the way. So if you haven't entered inside of the Discord, you're about to miss the giveaway. Like I said before, guys, this is the first giveaway. This is going to be on the Discord, so someone will win this. And then we got the next one, which will be on the YouTube, right? Which will be in literally 5 minutes probably after this, right? So we'll do this giveaway first, then we'll do another one. And then all you have to do is just go into the Discord, open up a ticket. Let me just show you really quick. Support, that's where you go to enter. Just send it for a ticket, right? So let's see. That's right. Just make sure my timing's right. Yeah, everything's looking good. It's such an odd area, you know, to get in like for a quick trade. So we do have, like I said before, we have another 2 giveaways after this. Then we could go from there, right? And this is going to be on the YouTube, so everyone on the YouTube will be able to win this. This other one's just for Discord members. So we got a winner. Let me, I'll take a screenshot really quick, and I'll post it in. So let me post this in. So we got a winner. His name is Will Gucci. Wonder if you're watching, Will. Hopefully you're watching. Will be watching. Who will know? And let's see if we let me go and paste this on here. So I'm pretty sure you guys can't see nothing until I go over here. All right, let me just get this pasted in. So there you go. The first giveaway, Will won. Will win. Will would win. So there we go. Congratulations, Will. Just open up a ticket, get that claimed, then you're good to go. And coming, oh, so this level. I suppose we could look off the second reaction, but it's just not my favorite, right? I could wait and I'll see. I'd rather go for a continuation sort of play here. There was no even absorption play around here anyway, so it's not even like I would have took this, but yeah, nonetheless, decent reaction, right? These levels, man, these levels. But yeah, so another giveaway in literally 3 minutes. Obviously you have to just continue to make sure you like, subscribe, and you have to post a comment inside of the YouTube. That's the only way that I find that it works, right? So then it'll pop up in here, and then you just open up a ticket inside the Discord. So let's fingers crossed. We get to have a video showing how to set this cool clean workspace and template. What's the exact? Can we get the chart template? Yeah. So within the pro membership has everything, right? So it has like templates, it has the order flow pro, it has everything, right? All the educational sort of side of things, it has the live trades. So yeah, that's in the pro membership. But I will do a completely separate video on the order flow pro, and I'll post it onto YouTube, and then all you guys can just like go on there and watch that. I don't know how to save the workspace on Addis after I'm done trading and all. Yeah, so the easiest way to save the workspace is I have a thing on that actually. If you send me a DM inside the Discord, I'll send you. I think Addis should have VP scaling separately. Praise the Lord. Literally, that is exactly what I'm talking about. So please, if you send Addis a support ticket, open that up. Yes, do ask them, because the chart scaling on the side is just messed up. I 100% agree. I prefer it like that as well. I prefer where you can have the volume profile aggregated, so it only shows, like, let's say for example 10 rows instead of like as many rows as there are in price. Exactly. Hey, Ronan, the other night you mentioned how cross trading would perhaps have kept you in the trade. MGC swept the highs, GC didn't. Yeah, crazy or what? That was nuts. That was unfortunate. Was wondering how that works. Wouldn't the cross trader just place at the same price? So the way it would work is, if I have my stop loss, so it would place on the same price sort of on MGC, right? But if I have my stop loss on GC, until that stop loss on GC gets hit, it won't fire. So I don't, on the cross trader, I don't 100% think, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think that the cross trader actually has any orders on the sort of MGC, right? It just would have, let's say, for example, on the GC chart, it would have an alert set at those highs. And as soon as that alert's hit, well, then it will close that position, right? So that's the way it kind of works. It's not like, okay, there's an order set on MGC as well as GC, because like you say, that would be a big problem. So I'm pretty sure that's the way it worked. Every other software that I've used before that had like sort of a cross trading capabilities, that's what it would do, is it would just send an alert and say, right, we just hit the stop loss close. So yeah. And its custom VP has auto proportion options, is missing when we drop. Yeah, I know, right? And it, and this is the thing. That makes sense. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes my explanations suck, so I'm glad it kind of made sense. But yeah, this is literally, what kind of gets me? We sort of had this sort of short trade here. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of missed that. Let's see. But yeah, this would have been a short for sure. Right, so, since I've missed that sort of area, I'll quickly go over this and then we'll do the giveaway, right? We'll do one more giveaway and then we'll do another giveaway after that. But yeah, you can see over here, prices per row. They already have the option on the TPO, right? So it just makes sense. All they have to do is add that exact setting onto this, and then it would be sweet. Then you'd be able to sort of get into those trades, right? So yeah, I 100% agree. I preferred a lot more aggregated, because even though the POC is like, okay, we have this sort of POC side of things. Yeah, this sucks. That's what happens. Yapaholic. Right, okay, so what I will do is do the giveaway, and then I'll try not to miss any more trades. We're gonna Mitch, Rhythmic. I'm using Rhythmic. Right, so let's see about this giveaway. Let's see how this works. Right, so there's a bunch of people I could see on my end. There's a bunch of people that are either A, not subscribed, B, not following, not sending comments. So there's a really good chance that a lot of you guys will be able to win this, right? Because so many people are not commenting, or they don't have they're not either like the video, subscribed, or they're not commenting. So I'll literally give it another 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes. I'll give it literally 2 minutes. And there's no point in holding everyone else back. But yeah, there's a really good chance. So I can see who's in this. ClickCheck, you're in it. Elad, you're in it. Praise the Lord, you're in it. So on. There's a couple more people that are in this, but there's a lot of people that aren't, and I can see their name. There's a big X next to their name. Look at that for short. That's what happens when you yap. I don't mind missing the sort of entry, right? Yeah, there's realistically only 2 good shorts. This one over here, which good is not like, I use that term very loosely, but yeah, you probably could have shorted here, like I say, off this level. No real sign of absorption, no real sign of anywhere to continue. Like over here, right, this is what I'm saying, is if we would have closed below these sellers, that would have been an easy sort of continuation play to head on down. Sort of like what happened around here, right? And then you actually had the order flow profile. And so if anyone is in this, I would stop break even already. For sure, especially the way this closed. Right, so let's see what we're dealing with. The live YouTube giveaway. Where's the live YouTube giveaway? It is happening literally 2 minutes. Just woke up, 4:30 for me. Jeez. 4:30 a.m. or p.m. Right now it is 7:38 p.m. for me. It is a late one for me. Do I sometimes trade NQ? No, not always, if ever, to be honest. To be honest, the way gold is moving at the moment, it's just like there's a lot of decent trades to be had. We did have like a little bit of an iffy situation on the FOMC. It just wasn't great, right? And like I say, I think it'll be a lot easier to start taking the scalps whenever we head into Monday, right? I'm sure most of you guys can agree. New month, new everything, right? So it'll be a little bit more liquid. just after FOMC as well. So everyone, you know, kind of either A, treated FOMC, had a bad day, or B, treated FOMC and had a good day. Either way, you know, everyone's going to be treating on Monday. If you had a bad or a good one, plus a new month. Brent AM. Wow. That's early. That is early. Where would you be then? 4:30 a.m. Must be like a little bit mid US, Chicago or something. Right. Let's get into this. Let's get into this giveaway. Right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. West Coast. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, true. You'd be 3 hours behind. Right now, West Coast. That makes sense. That makes sense. Right. So first giveaway. Remember, guys, if you're not liked, you're not subscribed, this you will not have won this. So we have one more after this, giving everyone an extra chance. And if you have one, okay, so like I said before, let's say for example some guy Will wins this again, so there's 2 Wills that won. It's the same Will. Well, then we will do a reroll. So let's get this winner chosen. So let's see who won this one. And then we got one more right after this, and maybe another one. Congratulations, Brent. What are the odds? You were literally like the last comment to text in. So you go, congratulations, Brent. There you go. So again, you know, if you're liked, subscribed, you're watching this video, and you send a comment, you will win. But yeah, just go open up a ticket inside the Discord. I'll shoot you it over. You can choose anywhere between a 25k and a 300k Apex account. So you can choose whatever style you want. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. And then obviously you can choose whether you want rhythmic, trade evade. I think there's another option. So congratulations. Congratulations, Brent. But yeah, make sure you claim it today. If you don't claim it today, we got to do a reroll. Same with Will. So you never know if Will doesn't claim this ticket today. Make sure you're in the Discord, because I will literally put in a flash one that literally takes 1 hour. That's all it is, just 1 hour. I'll put it in, and then you can win. So, you know, this will be by tomorrow. Yeah, congratulations. Make sure you clean this today, Will. Nice, thank you. Congratulations, Brent. That's another one. So we got 2, Will and Brent. Congratulations. We have got, let me just double check. And yeah, remember I was saying, guys, you know, this would have been a sticky area. This is sort of why I like TPing around these sort of areas. That's why. That is why. When you see them sort of sellers like super aggressive and they're not really getting anywhere, Exhibit A, a style of absorption, well then it is kind of works out to just TP. Let me just see here. So we got, like I said before, we have 1, maybe 2 more giveaways. 1, maybe 2 more giveaways. And then that'll be a nice way to finish off the month. Every single Friday we do a giveaway. And at the very end of the month, on the last Friday, that's going to be the biggest giveaway. And it's just a bit of fun, right? There's nothing serious. So we got 2 more giveaways. Yeah, we got 2 more giveaways. Then obviously if you're a pro member, there will be a giveaway posted in the next 35 minutes inside of the Discord. Maybe a little bit less actually. Maybe in the next 30 minutes there will be a giveaway just for the pro members. So make sure you go enter. It'll just be inside of the pro chat. Enter that giveaway, and that is exclusively for you guys. So only you guys can enter. So that's going to be Elad, ClickCheck, a few other you guys in there as well. Did you take any trades today? No, I have not. No, I have not. I've been super duper busy. So I haven't been able to take any trades. Is there any way to shift one charting tab to another? Oh yeah, from keypad. I think there might be. If you go into the settings inside of Addis and you go to like keybinds, I think there might be. I'm not 100% sure. If there's not in there, then there is no way that I've thought of. Yeah, that's the only way I do it, right? Is literally just click down the bottom corner. Now you could probably get creative, right? And there is a way that you can save layouts, right? So I think that there is a way you can save layouts, and instead of like switching between workspaces or templates, you can switch between layouts, and there might be a keybind for that. So if there's not one for template, there is one for layouts. Then there you go. A little bit of CBD absorption right now. We're sort of hitting this sort of area though, so wow. 15-minute open. Sometimes I can't say these things quick enough. Right, so we've got another giveaway in the next 3 minutes. Let me see, actually, is it going to be 3 minutes? We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, the way it works is you have to send a message in the last 5 minutes, right? So if we're going to do a giveaway at 50 past, right? So 50 minutes, 10 minutes to whatever time you're in. We'll do from there. What was this level that just got tapped into? Look at that. $51.40. That's super aggressive. $51.40. Oh my gosh. If anyone took that short from there, let me know. That was insane. Even this short right around here. That one I'm actually not really annoyed about this one. I'm more annoyed about this one, to be honest, because I was literally yapping and I would have took this. So that's a little bit annoying. But nonetheless, it's completely valid. We got that London POC. Hopefully we don't come too close. We're 7 pointers. More than likely going to top this level. I would not be surprised. Jeez, look at this action. Things are a little bit weird now that that news came out with Trump appointing new Fed. Things are a little bit weird for that. Jeez Louise. These are just insane. What are we sort of dealing with this side? Okay, 5K psychological. Like that is like master of all psychological levels. How many points did we deviate from that before though? 38. Jeez, this is insane trading. Slow grind up from there. This is such a weird sort of situation. But yeah, I would love the footprint as well to be like sort of where you can customize the rows instead of using the scale function. I also agree on that. I'd have to set the at least 2. CBD's a bit weird here. Oh my gosh, we're going all the way down. It's Friday, end of the month. Got 101. That is insane. That's actually absurd. There's just no way. If you see like big numbers like this, what is that a 19 want to do, right? We'll have to see some bigger ones. 46. This might do something. Like that 101. That's insane. What are we dealing with over here? Wow. Like, should go for a long time. This is stuff I've never seen. I've been trading gold a long time. At the bottom, is that CBD? Yes, it is. That is cumulative volume delta. App name ATAS, ATAS, ATAS. You can find the link in the bio. There's also a little thing up there in the top corner. ATAS trading software. Pretty sure they have a free trial going at the moment. If not now, they probably will in the next 2 weeks anyway. It's usually what they do. I think they usually have like a 2-week-ish trial. Must be surprised how many issues I have. A little bit. When we draw lines, the market charts like globally, it just shows in all charts. But okay, but I want it not to show in some. How can I do? I don't think that's actually possible yet because I did see that. To be honest, a lot of the problems that you're having, or a lot of like the issues that you're having, me too. Because I was thinking the exact same way, right? Whereas I would want only, like, let's say for example I had like 5 charts, I would only want chart from like chart A to go over to chart C, right? Instead of chart A, B, C, D, and E, right? I would rather just go to from chart A to chart C, and where that's not possible just yet. There is like a way, like layouts. I think if you use like layouts, it might be possible. Not 100% sure though. Not 100% sure. But yeah, like they need to add, like if you right click instead of globally, they could just say like for certain layouts, or like if you just right click, you could say sync all objects. You know, like that's all they have to do right here is just like a sync all objects. So drawing objects, sync all. You know, and that would only apply to certain charts. It's an easy fix, right? I'm seeing a lot of people say, look how easy this fix is. Yeah, here's this level. Let's see what happens around here. But yeah, I'm having the same issue, mate. Literally the exact same issue. It's a pretty key area though. 5100 is like pretty key. But this is insane. I just want gold to go back to like 3K. To be honest, sorry if you have investments in gold, but yeah, 3K. If you're not cashing out at this point, well, depending when you got in, right? But gold, like being at these prices, is just absurd. It's just absurd, right? So we're doing the next giveaway in literally 10 seconds. 10 seconds, we're doing a giveaway. Like I said before, go into the Discord, get the go into the Discord, send in a ticket, and then I will send you over what you need, right? You can choose anywhere between 25K and 300K. This is for an Apex account. This is going to be the I think this will be the last giveaway we do on YouTube tonight, and then the other one will be within the Discord for only the other members, right? So if you're in the Discord, so like I said before, if you're in the Pro Discord, you will get this, right? So I'm just kind of looking at this. The stats are a wee bit weird. But yeah, if you're in the pro Discord, we got a giveaway for you, and if you're in the free Discord, we got a giveaway for you right after the stream. So make sure you're inside of there. And then we'll go from there. Ronan, how do I join the giveaways? So let me just show you really quick. We switch assets to trade if you keep seeing these movements on gold. Very potential. I'm really thinking about it. It's not as easy to trade as it was 2 months ago. I can tell you that right now. It is nowhere near as easy to trade as 2 months ago. 2 months ago, you had a sell area, and you could have just marked that and boom, entered the sell, and it was just like bread and butter, just constantly, right? And then now you're getting these sort of weird shift in movements, right, where you literally have to get it like, it's a lot harder mentally, I would say. So yeah, it is very tempting, right? This weekend, I am going to go on to a couple assets. I have a little sheet wrote down. And this weekend, I'm going on and I'm testing a couple things. I have a couple. One being the levels for the potential plays, right? So beforehand, pre this sort of stuff, it was like literally pre all-time highs. You could have just had a 2-point difference between a level. Let's say, for example, we had a range POC, and then let's say we had a daily value area high, right? Within 2 points, it was reasonable, right? You could enter a trade; it was reasonable. Now we're talking like if it's like a 5-point or 10-point, you know, now the new reasonable is like 5 to 10 points. So I need to test that, and then I'm also going to test a bunch of assets as well. Obviously, the main one, the first one's going to be NQ, you know, a YM. Just a couple other ones. I'm not fond of ES though. But yeah, join the giveaways inside of the Discord. It's just the all-time high territory. We'll be fine soon again, hopefully. That is what I'm praying on, Christian. I'm not even going to lie to you. That is literally what I'm praying on, is that we go away from these all-time highs. Like I said before, if you have investments in gold, I'm sorry, but I wanted to shoot down, because, you know, it's literally impossible to read. And not impossible, right? You know, you guys see it is, you know, obviously, what is it? The free group kind of gets only 3 streams a week, but most of the days you're getting like at least 5 to 10 a week, right? You know, so you see what it's like. You know, to be honest, you know, Christian, you said about GC and Asia. I'm not gonna lie, that made me feel good, because GC and Asia is sort of like it was 2 months ago. You know, like GC and Asia is like London GC, right? Like 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago. That's what it felt like, right? When I was trading GC in Asia, it felt like I was trading GC in London 5 months prior. So, you know, sometimes you just got to switch up the session as well. Kind of go for like a little bit of a less session. But yeah, you know, so that's what I'm kind of looking at. Again, I have so much back testing. So much testing to do. I'm so flat out this weekend. No rest for the wicked, as they say. Yeah, but I think it will be fine soon. Yeah, I really do hope so. I really do hope so. We did get this like quick move down. This was I think mainly motivated by like that sort of Trump stuff with the new Fed. Other than that, you know, it's healthy enough. What was I going to do there? Oh yeah, the giveaway. Jeez, sorry guys. Right, so we got this giveaway. If everyone is in the giveaway, what I have to do is literally right now text into the chat, say GC. If you type GC in the chat, it'll come up that you're entered into the giveaway, and we'll wait literally 2 minutes on that. So all we need to see is a G and a C. That's what we're trading, and then we can go from there, right? So literally in 2 minutes at this 8 o'clock open, we will do the giveaway, right? How perfect is that? You know, like, look at this, right? Like, see this sort of, right? It is the end of the month, right? So it is going to be a little bit difficult. It is the end of the month, but look at that. We would have maybe pierced into here and then dropped, not this, like, sort of pierce above, right? Not bad, though, but, like, even look at this, right? So let's say, for example, we do pierce above, come back over, retest this sort of sell area, and then drop from there. Look at this, we're retesting here. I'm surprised if we fell off a cliff here all the way down to 5,000. Even value area low. far away are we from value area low from here? 51 pointers. So let's see. Got this new 8 o'clock open, 8 a.m. open. We got a bunch of GCs in the chat. GC, GC, GC. That's perfect. That's perfect. Right, everyone's entered. Everyone's So get ready. This will be in the next 30 seconds. Falling off the cliff as well. Speaking of GC, perfect. Keep on falling off the cliff. That's what I like to see. Let's get us back to these decent territories. And there we go, right? So let's choose a winner. Let's see who won this one. Congratulations, Random Facts. There you go, Random Facts. Ronan, how do you join the giveaways? There you go. Now you're wondering, how did I win this giveaway? There you go. So now you go in, text inside of the Discord, inside of the support chat. Once you do that, you have won. You have 24 hours. Everyone has 24 hours. If not, it just defaults right back over, and you have a 1 hour window to enter. So literally 24 hours from now, which will be the 31st at 8 o'clock. That's when we'll do all the giveaways that people don't claim, which, believe it or not, guys, a lot of people don't claim these giveaways. I just find it absurd. But a lot of people do. So, not sure. Maybe, Christian, you won one time? Not 100% sure, but maybe you did, Christian. Maybe you did win. Let me know. But there's a couple people in here that won. I know that for sure. And they're trading and, you know, doing whatever. If not for the giveaway, at least you're getting free rhythmic data, right? But this will be, let me see. So we had 2 winners. We had 3 winners, I think, actually. We had 1 in the Discord and we had 2 in here. Let me just scroll up and check. Not 100% sure, to be honest. But if you did win, you would have opened up a ticket. And if you have not opened up a ticket... Oh, you did. Brent won. That's right. I did win once, yeah. Full ported as I do on CPI, but blew it. The flip signal. Well, you know, at least he got something. At least he got something from it. So, you know, there could have been the chance of passing it. That's the only thing, right? At that point, it was like a free coin flip. Didn't have to put any money on it. So happy days. At least you won. I was thinking the same. Maybe Euro X or NQ is cleaner these days. You know what? You're right. I think the same. But doesn't move as much depending on session. Asia has been the best session for me as well on gold this month. You know, at least we could all spot these sort of same sort of ways, right? I literally thought the same thing, right? I'm looking at Asia. I'm like, okay, I could take me, you know, maybe I'm getting like 1 or 2, maybe 3 trades in Asia. That is like literally the same as London that I was getting before, right? So I would literally wake up, I'd have my whole morning to do whatever I wanted. It would hit like 2 o'clock in the afternoon where I am. Trade London, and then I'm done for the day, right? I literally don't have to do anything. So it was great. So yeah, I think Asia's the new London. I think someone was in here the other day saying about a Dubai session. I found that hilarious. Because it's true, right? There could be a Dubai session because of the way you know, London was acting. So that could be, you never know. We could have a New York session, Dubai session. It seems like all the millionaires are going to Dubai, trading all their assets over there. Right? So right, so everyone that's watching this, there's another giveaway inside of the Discord, right? There's one exclusively for the pro members. That's going to be people like Christian, Colin, ClickCheck, all you guys. There's going to be a free giveaway for you pro members, and then there's going to be a giveaway for the non-pro members. But just saying, the pro members could enter both. I don't have any quarrels with that, so you can enter both of them if you really want. So you go ahead and you enter those giveaways. I'll get them posted inside of the Discord within the next 25 minutes. You know, like I said, I'll quickly just skim over the sort of trades I was kind of looking at. Like I said before, it's like, you know, it's the end of the month, right? It's the end of the month, end of the week. Gold is just off the all-time high rip. It's a very, very weird sort of time to trade, right? A Friday at the end of the month, gold off an all-time high rip. It's weird. It's weird. So, given that information, this sort of sell was realistically the first sell you could have taken, right? Like I said before, it was off that range POC. Did I see any absorption? No. Did I see any sort of continuation play? No. Where was my first continuation play? What I was looking for was right here, right? I was looking for right here. if we would have closed just below these sellers, showing that those sellers got absorbed, or showing that those, sorry, not absorbed, showing that those sellers actually had some form of follow through, well then yeah, I would have easily took that. Could I have taken this buy up here? Yeah, but I didn't want to buy into this sort of random area, right? I didn't hit any of my key levels. That's the main thing, right? Hit a key level. Do you get absorption? Enter. Do you not get absorption? Okay, well then let me look for the continuation, right? That's what I hit a key level. Did I get absorption? No. Okay, let me look for the continuation. Did we get the continuation? No. So then I sit on my hands and I wait. Might be key back up here, second time. This area could have had a POC. I'm pretty sure it did. And I had something around here. And then I was looking, I was like, okay, I think I was yapping at this point about something, I can't remember. And we sort of closed on this level, but we came back up, we whipped into here, and there's really nothing from here, right? So you could easily put your stop just above these highs. That would have been pretty safe in these sort of environments, by the way. I might as well just give you that tip, kind of to leave. You know, if you're trading Asia, maybe London, you could literally put your stop just above these sort of sellers, right? Because you're like, if these sellers don't hold, well then we're pretty much going down from here, right? And if they do hold, we're going down from here. If they don't hold, well then we could expect those sellers to be kind of weak, and then to get this nice reversal. Whereas in this sort of area, we could tick above a couple times before we end up getting the nice move, right? Look at this sort of area where we got that. It's kind of holding, right? But yeah, so realistically, there's only two possible trades there that I would have taken, or maybe one actually. I would rather call it one. I wouldn't have really took this, or else I would have. But yeah, this is the only one I would have taken in this sort of area. So yeah, pretty much leaving it on that. Hopefully Monday's a little bit better in this new month. I will be on for Asia because I'm dying to trade some Asia session. I've been super busy this week. But yeah, for Asia on Monday, I will be live on the YouTube, as always. And we can go from there. But like I said before, I will end up seeing you guys in the next couple of sessions. I hope you all had a good trading week. And if you didn't, don't worry, because there's always the next trade, the next session, the next day, or the next week, or the next month, the next year. You're in this for the long term, guys. So for all the winners, congratulations. I'll see all the non-winners in the Discord, because I know you're going to enter this next giveaway. And this will be hosted in the next 25 minutes-ish, okay? So see you all in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Peace out.